welcome everybody for United Dirt Sim Series, pushing the cushion productions. My name is Dave Ward, bringing you the Dirt Empire magazine's 410 Elites coming at you here tonight from Lanier. Man, I tell you what, as you can see, practice is going down on the track right now. And Jeremy Zarfos, top of the heap here in the early practice session. Tyler Street holding down the second position. Michael Sheridan in third. Bryce Lucius in fourth. We are almost done with practice, and we will be wrapping it up, heading directly into qualifying here. Kenny Miller out on the track right now, taking a few laps, giving him a little TV time there from Phantom Motorsports. Looks like we have 20 drivers tonight, so everybody will make the A main. It'll just depend on where they get to start that A main after their heat races. Daniel Boyd out there, you can see he's in 12th, and Bryce Lucius just sending it into the fence. Send an ambulance for him. Mason Hannigan from Black Diamond Motorsports. I'll give him a 7 on re-entry there. So, few drivers still out on the track. Here's Austin Stern in the number 75 from LGR Motorsports. He is sitting with the top 5 here in practice, so he is looking to have a good night as well. Right there, as you can see, sponsored by Rogue Energy and Skull Candy headphones. Getting it done there. Putting in some time, the LGR boys are, and it looks like it's paying off. Still looking for Coulter West. It looks like, oh, there he is actually on the track now in the 10C, another LGR Motorsports driver. Down in the 17th position, as well as Blaine Brink. Those guys late entries here into the race, so trying to get a little bit of practice in before qualifying starts, which is right now. So if you keep an eye over on the left-hand side of your screen as they qualify, they will show up to see who is going to hold that pole position. Tyler Street out there right now. Tyler Shell also. Quick time for Tyler Street right there with an 11.366. Now Bryce Lucius going to take it over. Tyler Street going to better it with an 11.268. Jeff Stewart coming on the board for his first lap. Let's take a look at him. Jeff Stewart from Elbows Up Sim Sport. Out there on the track in the number 72. And he is going to hold on to the 8th position and going down. Let's see. I believe he still had one more lap. Maybe not. Great looking car right there by Paints by Tuna Can. Billy Rowley getting it done. Aiden Beerline, the kid, just finishes up his qualifying attempt. He's going to be just a few spots back with Austin Stern, now your early leader here for the pole position. Shea Palo, another Elbows Up Sim Sport driver, out on the track, just finishing up. Shea going third fastest. So the track looks like it is wearing in very nicely for these guys here in qualifying. Still have yet to see Tyler Shell put a lap down. We'll have to keep an eye on that. It looks like he's in 10th. So he is qualified in. Blaine Brink out on the track now, once again from LGR Motorsports. Trying to make his way up as high as he can. He is sitting in the 16th position right now, looking to go better. Looks like he will be starting it right around that 16th position for the qualifying attempt. Chris Jones from Silver King Fast Sim Sports. The crazy kangaroo out there. Let's see. He is putting in top 10 right now. And that's going to do it for him. Didn't catch him fast enough. So most drivers getting their qualification runs in order. Anne-Marie Beerline checking in over on Facebook. How you guys doing? Hope all is well. Want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight here for the Dirt Empire Magazine's 410 Elites. While we have a little break in the action, we are going to run through our sponsors to pay the bills here. Redline Race Designs, Goyette Trucking, Fournier Motorsports, Jessup Logistics, Pushin' the Cushion Productions, and Dirt Empire Magazine. If you haven't checked them out yet, make sure you do. Brand new publication, their first issue they had out on an electronic format. You can get it from dirtempiremagazine.com. You can also grab your subscription. I think it's $36 a year. True magazine, focusing on the dirt world, anything and everything. They are interviewing some of the top drivers. Tyler Erb, I believe, was just. I know that they just did a full feature spread on him, as well as many other drivers. They're crossing over between real life and also iRacing. They did feature for Billy Rowley. They did one for Billy Brickley. So we'll have to wait and see if those make it directly into the magazine or if it'll be online content. But make sure you go check them out. DirtEmpireMagazine.com. $36 a year. You get 8 issues. Great deal. And from a bunch of great people. So we definitely appreciate them coming on board and super glad to have them. Here we go. Heat race number 1 taking to the track here momentarily. And it's going to start like this. Chris Jones, the crazy kangaroo from Suffolk King Fast Sim Sports in the number 54, starting on the pole position. Outside of him is going to be the number 32 of Bryce why can I never say his name? Lucius. Inside row number 2, in the number 79 is going to be Daniel Boyd from Iridium Sim Sports. Outside row number 2, in the number 75X from LGR Motorsports, it's Austin Stern. Inside row number 3, in the number 17 right there, you can see it all chromed out. That is Alex Hanna from Sofa King Fast Sim Sports. We call him Showtime. And outside of him is going to be the number 56 of Randy Shreves. Then we have Eric Wilkie starting in that 6th position. Chris Jones taking an EOL. EOL stands for end of line. He is going to start at the end of the line to stay out of the leader's way. And heat race number 1 on the track. We are getting after it now. Your early leader, Daniel Boyd, out there in the number 79, straight from Australia, getting after from Iridium Sim Sports. Running in that 2nd position is the number 32 of Bryce Lucius. Jeez, I can't do it. Killing me tonight. From BLR, Brad Lamberson Racing. Austin Stern in the number 75X, right there representing LGR Motorsports. running in third, and Alex Showtime Hanna in fourth. Eric Wilkie rounding out the top 5, and Randy Shreves and Chris Jones in the 6th and 7th positions. So as it looks, 3 will go to the main event. There might be a B main, however, all drivers will actually make the feature. Looked like Austin Stern there got up into the wall a little bit and lost many positions. He's actually going to drop down into 7th, so he is going to have some work ahead of him here. As I think we just lost another car. That's Eric Wilkie coming into contact with the opening going into turn 3. So tough break for him here in this heat race. Daniel Boyd out there in the number 79 still getting it done as we are 9 laps in of this 10-lap distance. Brian Lawson checking in over on Facebook. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Glad you're tuning in tonight. Once again, guys, we are live broadcasting on YouTube as well as Facebook, so check it out on whatever platform is best for you. We're just trying to get it out there to as many racers as we can. So there it is. Boyd, Lucius, and Hanna are going to be your top 3. Shreves, Stern, Jones, and Wilkie with that tough break there at the very end. And that's going to do it for heat race number 1. Heat race number 2 going to come onto the grid here momentarily. Here we go. Starting on the pole position, the man, the myth, the legend, the one that has taken the 410 Elite class by storm from Elbows Up Sim Sports, it is Tyler the Bombshell. Outside of him, in the number 7, from the Firm Motorsports, it is Craig Silby. Row number 2 on the inside, in the number 5Z, Jeremy Zarfos. Outside of him, in the 4-star, is going to be Tyler Street from Sofa King Fast Sim Sports. Row number 3 on the inside from Black Diamond Motorsports. It's the number 7 car of Mason Hannigan. And outside row number 3, the number 21, Blaine Brink from LGR Motorsports. And rounding out the field, it is the number 29 of Anthony Goyette, also from Sofa King Fast Sim Sports. Going worst, looking to go first. Let's see if he can do it as we are getting started here in heat race number 2. Green flag is out with Tyler Schell running away on an early lead. Can anybody take down this phenom here in the 410 Elite Series? Craig Silby running in that second position, and there you can see him right there. Battling with Jeremy Zarfos. What a great shot that was. As these drivers are battling around, Zarfos getting up into him just a little bit. Minor contact, but both drivers hold on to it and keep them going. Tyler Schell trying to get out and away from everybody as Tyler Street put it up into the wall for some slight contact there coming out of 4. Schell has about 2 car lengths over Craig Silby. As you can see him working around the track right now. Tyler Schell now with about 4 car lengths over Silby here in this heat race. Lap 6 of 10. Got to refresh my... There we go. That looks better. Now you guys can see what's going on. Got the track map up there running. So if you see your car number on the left-hand side of what position they're in, that is what it shows on the track map. Tyler Schell still way out front. Now Zarfos battling for the second position with Craig Silby. Silby going to hold on to it. Zarfos trying to think about it. We're winding it down. 9 laps in of this 10-lap distance. Tyler Street still sitting back there in fourth with Blaine Brink sitting top 5. Looks like Mason Hannigan pulls it into the pits. So his night is done here in this first heat race. Back up front, Tyler Shell getting it done with Silby, Zarfos, Street, Brink, and Goyette behind him. Heat race number 3 starting to grid up now. We are firing through this one, folks. These guys are ready to rock and roll here. Starting on the pole position from LGR Motorsports in the 10C, Rogue Energy powered Coulter West. Outside row number 1 in the 23M, Phantom Motorsports driver Kenny Miller III. Inside row number 2 from OBR Sim Sports, it is Aiden Beerline in the 13A. Outside of Aiden is going to be Mr. Shea Palo in the number 21 car from Elbows Up Sim Sport. Row number 3 on the inside is going to be Michael Sheridan from Brent Marks Racing Sim Team. And starting in the 6th position is going to be Jeff Stewart, also Elbows Up Sim Sport driver. We are going green flag racing right now. You can see the action on the track with Coulter West still holding on to it out front, but Aiden Beerline now making a charge on the inside. Kenny Miller III trying to find his way around, but most drivers working on the top shelf. Look at these guys. You could throw a stripper G-string over the top 4 cars. As now we are running with all 6 cars still in a pack. This doesn't happen, guys. 3 wide, Aiden Beerline all the way up against the wall. He's trying to hold on to the lead, and every car has a chance at winning this thing. Holy cow. Aiden Beerline, your early leader. Now Coulter West battling up on the inside of Shea Palo. Palo from Elbows Up Sim Sport holding down that high side and getting it done. He seems to be carrying a little bit more momentum, but Coulter West not giving up. West now working through the center of the track as Palo and Kenny Miller take over the 2nd and 3rd positions. Palo now trying to set his sights on chasing down Aiden Beerline in the 13A. Kenny Miller with a big slider. Let's see. He holds it down, cranks that wheel all the way down and holds it on the bottom of the track. He is now trying to work that bottom side to see. Doesn't look like it's going to be faster, though. I don't know. We'll have to watch this one. This one might come all the way down to lap number 10 to figure out who's going to be the winner and the 2nd and 3rd position. Now Kenny Miller with a little bit more of a run. Palo really looking to dig in here as we are on 9 of 10. Palo all the way up against the wall. Miller making that bottom work. Now white flag is out. Palo going to switch up a little bit. He's going to try and run that bottom line. Miller trying to chase down Beerline. Slides him. Beerline sees it coming, is able to cut underneath, and gets the win there in heat race number 3. Kenny Miller in 2nd, Shea Palo 3rd. That was some of the greatest racing I've seen in heat races for the 410 Elites. Sponsored by Dirt Empire Magazine. All right, guys, we are officially in the warm-up. We are going to do 3 minutes of warm-up. It looks like the admins have said, race control has said that there will be a 3-minute warm-up here. So we are going to crank it up here and let it fly and see who has the best setup in this final practice session before we go to the feature event. So there you see it right now. Tyler Schell is the fastest car on the track with Michael Sheridan sitting in that second spot. Daniel Boyd in third. Bryce Lucius fourth. Mason Hannigan in fifth. So we are almost done wrapping up the final practice. Here before we let him rip for 30 laps at Lanier. Checker flags are out, wrapping up this warm-up session. We are going directly into the main. The main is set right here. Here we go. You wanted the best. You got UDSS for the Dirt Empire Magazine 410 Elites coming at you here from Lanier. Poet and didn't even know it. Starting on the pole position from Iridium Sim Sports, it's the number 79 of Daniel Boyd. Outside row number 1 in the number 85 car from Elbows Up Sim Sports, it is Tyler the Bombshell. Row number 2 on the inside from OBR Sim Sports in the 13A, it is Aiden Beerline. Outside row number 2 in the number 32, it is Bryce Lucius. Row number 3 on the inside, the number 7 of Craig Silby. Outside row number 3 is going to be Kenny Miller III from Phantom Motorsports in the 23M. Row number 4 on the inside is going to be, wow, what'd they do? They switched me up. Somebody switched here. Somewhere I got messed up. Anyway, we have Aiden Beerline from OBR Sim Sports, Kenny Miller III from Phantom Motorsports, Craig Silby in the 6th position. 7th is going to be Jeremy Zarfos. 8th is Alex Hanna from Sofa King Fast Sim Sports, Randy Shreves from Sofa King Fast Sim Sports, Shea Palo, Michael Sheridan, Blaine Brink, Tyler Street, Austin Stern, Coulter West, Jeff Stewart. We are going green flag racing here in just a moment. Here it is. Daniel Boyd right there in the number 79, bringing him down to the green flag for 30 laps here at Lanier in the Dirt Empire Magazine 410 Elites. Second place is held down by Aiden Beerline. Currently, Tyler Schell now working the bottom side in the number 85. Tyler Schell trying to make his way around. Now he's going to drop back into that 4th position. Mr. Patience right there. He is waiting to see if it pays off. As Bryce Lucius still holds down the 3rd spot. Aiden Beerline 2nd. And Daniel Boyd having one hell of a run there in the number 79. Now, as you can see, they're about to go 3 wide with Aiden Beerline up top shelf in the 13A. Really finding some traction up there. New leader right there, Aiden Beerline from OBR SimSport. Daniel Boyd still holding down 2nd. Bryce Lucius working down below him. Now Tyler Schell trying to work on the top side. Schell holds on to it all the way out against the wall. Lucius slides up slightly. These guys are throwing down right now. Aiden Beerline trying to get checked out as quickly as possible. Kid is on the move. He is high side hustling as we speak, all the way out against the wall. Schell now in the 2nd position. Firmly, he is trying to now set his sights on Beerline and reel him in. We are almost a third of the way through this race. 8 of 30 in the books. Tyler Schell been dominating quite a few races here in the United Dirt Sim Series 410 Elites. And now he is finding himself chasing down Aiden Bierlein from OBR Sim Sports. Bryce Lucius having one hell of a run, still holding down third. It is going to be interesting to see how these guys finish up here as we are almost halfway. No caution flags so far. We are green flag racing here at Lanier. Kenny Miller holding down the top 5. Michael Sheridan holding down 6th. Shea Pallow in 7th. Right now the hard charger on the field is Mason Hannigan in the number 7 car. He has picked up 7 positions right there from Black Diamond Motorsports. Aiden Bierlein still holding down the lead. As you can see, he has almost 9/10 of a second, almost a full second over Tyler Schell. Schell finally coming into the picture there. Schell working to try and reel in Aiden Bierlein. Bryce Lucius still holding on to the 3rd spot. Kenny Miller 4th. Now some heat from Michael Sheridan, as Michael Sheridan from Brent Marks Racing Sim Team in the number 15 car working on the bottom side. Just past halfway for Aiden Bierlein, still out front in the 13A. From OBR Sim Sports. Tyler Schell, we flash back to him. Now he has reeled him in to about 7 to 8/10 of a second gap in between the top 2 drivers. And Bryce Lucius trying to hang on to that 3rd position. He has got it done so far, but Kenny Miller is bringing the heat along with Michael Sheridan. Look at these guys. They are catching Bryce Lucius as we speak. Great shot there of a battle between the 2nd through 4th place. Aiden Bierlein now coming up on some lap traffic. A couple of the LGR Motorsports guys, Coulter West and Blaine Brink, they're holding down their line, not getting in the way, doing exactly what they're supposed to do. As you can hear, the right rear from the top 2 drivers came into contact with the wall slightly. Didn't affect either one of them. Schell now working it down to a 6/10 of a second, but Aiden Bierlein still able to hold off Schell, Lucius, and Sheridan. We are 21 in, all green flag laps so far here at Lanier. What an amazing race, especially for Aiden Bierlein, having one hell of a breakout night as he is leading some of the fastest in iRacing out here at Lanier at 13 years old. Aiden Bierlein getting it done over Tyler Schell right now. Schell starting to reel him in slightly. He's down to a half a second gap, which equivalates to about 5 or 6 car lengths. So Bierlein still has a good lead over 2nd place. Bryce Lucius now falling back to about 3.6 back from Aiden Bierlein. Bierlein running open track right now. Schell trying to reel him in. He's down to about 4 car lengths as they come back on another lapped car that appears to be Chris Jones from Sofa King Fast Sim Sports. Jones all the way down on the inside of the track, so shouldn't be a problem for Bierlein. Now Bierlein switching up lines. He comes down off of the wall, goes right back up. We are 27 in of 30. This one's going to come right down to the checker flag as they work around Chris Jones. Lap traffic there. Jones holding his line, doing a great job. Now we're down to a car length in between the top 2 drivers. Schell makes a move with the slider on Bierlein. Bierlein sees it, crosses under. He's going to take back over the spot. We're 29 of 30. Aiden Bierlein's heart has to be pumping out of his chest as he knows he is racing with Tyler Schell right there. They are trading clean sliders. Look at these two get it done as we are working the last lap. Schell with a slider. Bierlein going to cut down. It's going to be a drag race to the finish. Who has it? at the line. Aiden Beerline with the win. What an amazing race right there. Tyler Schell always on top of his game. Made him work for that one. Schell coming home in second. Bryce Lucius in third. Kenny Miller fourth. Fifth is Michael Sheridan. Sixth for Shea Pallow. 7, Daniel Boyd. 8, Jeremy Zarfos. Ninth for Jeff Stewart. Top 10 for Mason Hannigan. Let's see who the Hard Charger award would go to here. Hard Charger is going to be Mason Hannigan, picking up 9 positions. We're going to give these top 3 drivers just a second here to get all set. Aiden Beerline out of fuel, getting a push from another fellow racer. Wow, so he ran out of fuel, it appears. Oh, wow. What a crazy, awesome finish and a great race. There we go. Second and third is going to pull up next to him since he's out of fuel. They still appear to have fuel. We're going to give them just a quick second here to get into Discord, and these guys have to be excited. So let's see if any of them are in Discord yet. Nope, it looks like they are still all getting set here. And all right, we have them starting to pile in, looking for Bryce Lucius. There he is. Coming home in third place tonight in the number 32 car, Bryce Lucius. Tell us about that one. What a great race you guys put on tonight.
Yeah, you normally never see it to where it's 0 cautions, but I was a bit surprised of that. I wish I went a bit tighter on the setup, but...
Man, I tell you what, you guys were throwing down for 30 laps like you said. You didn't even get a break to rest or to shake out the arms, nothing. Just battling side by side. It looked like you were reeling in the leaders there. How did it feel, man? How was the track tonight?
The track felt pretty good. It was just normal linear. But towards the beginning, I feel like we were quicker, but then during the end, I faded off a bit more.
Well, I tell you what, man, you did one heck of a job. Super impressive. Tell everybody, how old are you? I know that we have I was talking about the young guns, how we have a lot of new, up-and-comers in iRacing. And how old are you?
13.
13. So there you go, folks. 2 13-year-olds in the top 3 on the podium tonight in the top class in iRacing, working their butts off. Great job, man. Great job. Who would you like to thank? Who helped get you out here tonight?
I'd like to thank CMO Transport, Big Red Truck Wash, Doug Ludwig Motorsports, Kistler Racing Products, Behrman Racing Shocks, Kistler Engines, and Impact.
I tell you what, man. It was amazing watching you throw down, and you held off Kenny Miller and Michael Sheridan. They were battling right behind you there, and it looked like that was slowing them down just enough. And you had a rocket ship tonight. It was on rails.
Yeah.
There you go, brother. Well, we will see you next week, man. Take it easy. That's Bryce Lucius in the number 32. And coming home in second tonight for Elbows Up Sim Sports in the number 85, Tyler Schell. Do you have your ears on, sir?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can. How was that one?
Fun. I wish that we had like 5 more laps. Might have had something. I was lazy on first lap, let him get by, and yeah, that was pretty much the winning move.
Well, I mean, you have absolutely dominated the 410 series here for United Dirt Sim Series, and it was some of the greatest racing I've seen here in the 410 series for the battle for the lead in quite a few races. As you guys were sliding each other cleanly over and over for the last few laps, were you planning on being on the outside on the last lap? I know that sometimes it's kind of like a chess move where you have to pick where you want to be.
I track's too slick to do that. I was just trying to throw a slide job, just break his momentum, maybe screw up, spin through the slick or something. If he didn't do that though, he had the spot. Just wish he had a little bit more time. I was catching him, felt like I was better at the end, just probably the last 10 laps. He got over a second lead and started railing him in and just ran out of time. And the last couple laps there, I was just trying to give it all I had.
Well, I tell you what, you definitely made him work for it. You didn't make it easy on him, did you?
No, not at all.
That's the name of the game. Tyler Shell coming home in second tonight. Who do you want to thank, man?
Just like to thank everybody that puts us on, you for being nice to broadcast. I was up Sim Sport, and our sponsors, School Sim Racing, Flow Racing, Test Logistics, Catch Fence Pro Co, and Here Got Real Estate.
Well, thank you for making me, yell for about 10 laps as I was calling you, getting closer and closer and closer, and then the battle for, the last 3 or 4 laps. So my voice definitely appreciates you putting on one hell of a show tonight.
I'm glad I was able to.
Absolutely, brother. Well, we will see you next week. And how do you feel going into next week's race?
Feel pretty good, probably. Feel pretty good going most places. I just don't gotta be an idiot, and usually it'll do good.
Well, there you go. That's my problem. I always step on it, Like, I'm my own worst enemy, it seems like sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't think you have that problem, though.
I do. I did it. I did it in front of hundreds of people in the pro race. I don't feel bad.
Yeah, but you know what? The last place person in the pro series is still better than 95, 98% of the people that didn't make it. You still finish. I mean, regardless, if you're in the pro series, whether you win the pro series, you finish last, you still beat how many people that didn't even get to qualify for it. So, yeah,
I guess.
Right?
You make a fool out of yourself, I guess. I mean, I did. So.
Nah, I haven't heard anybody say you were a fool ever. They may cuss at you because you're always beating them, but
someone has to.
There you go. That is Tyler Shell from Elbows Up Sim Sport. Have a good night, brother.
Yep, you too.
And from OBR Sim Sports, everybody, it's the number 13A of Aiden Beerline with the win in the Dirt Empire Magazine 410 Elites. Did you think I would ever say that this season?
Definitely not this season, no, not at all.
I know, talking to you before the race and stuff that, you've been really working on your race program and, trying to hone your racecraft and your skill, and you just mixed it up with one of the best in the 410s in iRacing, and you beat him.
I mean, I'm just pure shocked right now. I thought for sure he was going to catch me within 3 laps, and I had a second, but surprisingly he didn't.
Well, you may have pooped a little, and you might have to go change your pants, and I understand. And
Yeah,
your
no.
heart was probably beating out of your chest. I said that your adrenaline was definitely pumping as those laps were winding down. Did you think he was going to get you there? I know that, the last few laps you guys were kind of trading some sliders and, racing super clean there. What was going through your mind? Did you think that you were... I asked Shell the same question. If you planned on being in the spot that you wanted to be on the last lap.
Well, I was kind of thinking multiple things. I was thinking where the line was, trying to hit the top. Coming out of turn 2, I realized that I had a good chance of winning it. Kind of shocked me, especially since I had the top. And, I was really low on fuel. I ran out at the finish line, so I was also trying to think about saving fuel at the same time.
Yeah, I noticed that they had to push you around. You had to get a push from another racer, and man, were you thinking about that as you were coming around the last lap? Like, do I have enough fuel? Because all it would have taken was just you to sputter, and he would have beaten you.
Yeah, I think I actually did spot her right when we were side by side, but it was at the perfect moment. If it wasn't for him probably catching me and throwing the sliders, I would have definitely ran out. I mean, it was the fact of me actually having to run the middle for a lap or two, trying to get back around him, actually, I think helped me.
Well, I tell you what, man, it was super impressive, and no caution flags, no time that you just stayed on the wheel, stayed focused, and you got it done tonight. Who would you like to thank? Who helped get you into victory circle tonight?
First off, I'd like to thank Jesus Christ, my mom, my dad. Shout out to my dad. He's been fighting cancer, so I dedicate this win to him. OBR Racing, OW Simsets, LNH, New Line Contracting, CD Simtography, and Keegan Harmon Designs, and y'all for putting on an amazing show.
Simtography. Say it one more time. What's
Simtography.
what's the name of the company?
CD Simtography.
There you go, CD Simtography.
Finally.
I got you, CD Simtography. Don't worry. 13 years old. So 2 13-year-olds finish on the podium tonight in the 410 Elites. Pretty impressive stuff, man. I've watched you, grow through all of the seasons that you've run with United Dirt Sim Series, being the 360 champ season after season, 2 seasons in a row. And now to win here in the 410 Elites, it's got to be pretty impressive for you, and I look forward to seeing what you can do in the future, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. That is Aiden Beerline, first win in the 410 Elites. God, that sounds good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
There you go. Hopefully more to follow. And that is going to do it for us tonight, folks. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. And I tell you what, that was one heck of a race. And, up-and-comer, rising stars coming through for the Dirt Empire Magazine 410 Elites here at Lanier. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night. We will see you tomorrow night for the Pro Late Models and Monday Night Midgets.